Hi, it's Ruby. We are back and we are heading to Las Vegas, Nevada with another video. And this time we are heading to the American Express Centurion Lounge at the Harry Reid International Airport. This lounge is located in Concourse D, opposite gate D1. I was able to access this lounge using my American Express Platinum card, and I read up on all the details in the Amex app. I always recommend using your Amex app before you go to the airport you're flying out of to learn which lounges are available and what your options are. Simply open the app, scroll down to the lounge search, type in the airport you'll be traveling through, click search, and you can easily find which lounges are accessible. Also, a pro tip, check in on your phone because it might help you expedite your check-in once you get to the lounge, and I usually do this while I'm in line for security. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the lounge itself. This was a pretty spacious lounge. I would put it on the medium side. It definitely wasn't small, but it wasn't as large as some of the other locations, such as, Houston. And it was also pretty easy to get to. I had heard some people say that you couldn't access the lounge once you were flying with certain airlines, but I actually didn't have any trouble getting on the transportation system and getting to the lounge. And since we were there pretty early in the morning, we were almost there right when it opened, so we didn't have any trouble getting in, and there wasn't any extra things that we had to do in order to get in. Once we got in, there was a lot of space and a lot of places to sit. I did kind of feel like this location had more single seating or double seating than some of the other locations, and I'm kind of wondering if that's because of the fact that it's in Vegas. There is a convention center in Vegas, and so you have a lot of people coming in and out in general for business, so maybe that was why. But there was a privacy room or like a phone room where you could go and have small conversations, or if you needed to call into a meeting, you could do that. And I think that's kind of a standard amenity now that I'm seeing at more lounges. If you checked out my Seattle Centurion Lounge video, you would know that I was super excited because they finally had the multi-purpose room and then also the phone rooms that they didn't have at the smaller size. They just opened a new one. So this one kind of, I think, follows the standard things that most of the Centurion lounges have. Standard things that you can expect in these lounges are internet, large TVs, a premium bar, and food. Really good food, actually. And so since I brought that up, let's segue to the food and talk a little bit about it. Now, if you're coming to the lounge in the morning, you can expect your typical breakfast food. They usually feature fruit and yogurt and granola, like I mentioned before and in some of my other videos. And then they also have usually like a scramble, some type of meat, protein, muffins, oatmeal, and if you're lucky, they might have maybe like a hash or some type of potato dish. It's kind of simple, but I feel like the food is just so good and they put a lot of thought into what they're making. Additionally, I've said in a lot of videos that you can expect to see things that are locally sourced. For example, in Seattle, you would find things that are locally made in Seattle, and I've noticed that trend in other lounges as well. If you're going in the afternoon, you can expect lunch food, maybe sometimes sandwiches and soups and some heavy appetizers, and then dinner, usually like some type of major protein like chicken or pork, rice, beans, or some kind of dessert tray. So you're never going to go hungry in the lounge, and this place was no different than any of the other ones. This location also had multiple stations where you could get coffee and orange juice or drinks like that, and you didn't have to go stand by the buffet area or the bar area to get a drink. And I really do like that because depending on where you're at in the lounge, if you're closer to like the bar, it might be a little bit louder versus like if you're in the back or by the privacy room, it's a little bit quieter. It's nice to be able to not have to walk all the way to the front in order to get your food and drinks. And I really do like that feature and appreciated it at this location as well as some of the other ones I've been in. Some other characteristics of this lounge that you'll find in many of the other lounges is the bar. So you can go there and get drinks throughout the day, but keep in mind what you're able to get in the mornings and the evenings because sometimes the menu changes during those closing and opening hours. And there was also a multi-purpose room. Sometimes this is staged as a children's room or a kid's room, but at this location it was a multi-purpose room. Either way, I appreciated the extra space and just a place to sit down and close the door. It's a nice alternative if you don't want to just sit in the regular open seating. Overall, we were really happy to spend time in this location. We felt like the service was good and the food and all of that matched what you're seeing at the other Amex lounges, very high-end and premium. And also, check out that view. It was absolutely beautiful, and being able to see the flight line early in the morning was really nice. If you've been to this lounge, let me know what you thought about it. Did you like it? How did it compare to the other Amex lounges? And will you be keeping the Amex card now that some of the changes have been made about who you can bring in without payment? Didn't bring that up in this video, but they have changed some of their features as far as free guests, so definitely check that out in the app. All right, everybody, well, that's all I had for today. I hope you liked my quick review of the Las Vegas Amex Lounge. If you like my content, feel free to check me out on Instagram if you want to see what me and my family are doing on a daily basis, or like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you want other people to kind of know what's going on with the lounges. We do this every week. I really thank you so much for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.